Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Jamar again from Vegas Sense. Got a brand new comparison video today. In this video, we're doing another comparison of Dior Privé collection fragrance, and that goes by the name of Oud Ispahan. And we're comparing that to a Maison Alhambra fragrance as well, and that one goes by the name of L'Oudh. All right. So this particular fragrance, Oud Ispahan, some people love it, some people hate it. It's not the easiest fragrance, I would say, to wear. It's definitely not a blind buy, safe fragrance. This is definitely one that I would say is more so kind of for like the more experienced fragrance wearers. And you also, you do have to like oud, because this one gives you a really, really heavy dose of oud. Now, this particular fragrance, L'Oudh, I believe this one I picked up from Labelle Perfumes, and I want to say this one was only like $19 or something like that. Like they have some really, really good deals on their sites, on their site, and I'll leave a link below to where you can actually get this on their site. But I believe I did pay $19 for this, and I also think that I paid $19 for their. They had a Louis Vuitton clone of Imagination on there, Intimation or something like that. Believe that one was also $19 as well. So really good deal on this one, man. I would say for $19, even if this one is like 80% close to Oud Ispahan, it's definitely, worth a pickup if you like that particular scent DNA. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray Oud Ispahan on one of these and then spray L'Oudh on the other. So here we go. And definitely, this is a really strong fragrance. This stuff fills up the entire room pretty much when you spray it. All right. All right, so in the opening with these two, I do sense a significant difference, I would say, in terms of like the sweetness. So this isn't like a super sweet fragrance. Like this is, mainly like oud and spices. But I get a lot more sweeter of a smell from the Oud Ispahan than I do from the Maison Alhambra L'Oudh. This Maison Alhambra one, you could say it almost kind of smells like more so kind of like burnt wood. Like wood that's already been like completely burnt and charred out, you could say. Whereas the Oud Ispahan, that one has like a warmth to it to where it's kind of like the wood is, is still freshly burning. Like the wood is red, you know what I mean? Like you could kind of see like the red ashes starting to rise from the wood. This is where like the wood is pretty much completely black. You pretty much are getting smoke from it at this point. I don't know if that's really the best way to describe the difference between these, but yeah, definitely in the opening, the Oud Ispahan is considerably more sweeter. And the L'Oudh, in my opinion, it kind of has more of like a greener, sort of earthier type of smell to it. Like I said, almost kind of like more of like a burnt wood type of smell. Now, I'll let these sort of start to dry down. I sprayed both of these a couple of days ago to kind of get a comparison of them. And the main thing that I noticed was once the Oud Ispahan starts to dry down, it becomes significantly less strong than the Maison Alhambra. The Maison Alhambra one is like considerably stronger than the Oud Ispahan is. Now, for some people, that may be a good thing. You know, if you just really, really love a beast mode fragrance. But for others, maybe that might not be what they want from a fragrance that's already pretty strong. Now, as these start to dry down also, the smell definitely starts to become a little bit more closer, in my opinion. And really, I wouldn't say a little bit, I would say a lot more closer. The sweetness in the Oud Ispahan starts to go away a little bit. And it does start to become a lot more like the L'Oudh. Both are really spicy. Both, you know, you get like that really strong sort of animalic type of oud from. And yeah, I would have to say at this point, smell wise, they definitely do smell about the same, just with the exception of this one being a lot stronger. Now, I also did a comparison video on Maison Alhambra's Grease, comparing that to Gris Dior. And the main thing that I noticed, at least in the opening of that fragrance, was, or the openings of those two fragrances, were the originals seemed to have a little bit more complexity. I don't really get that with these two. I can't say that the Dior smells any more complex than what this one does. It's just that the Dior one, at least for like the first couple of minutes, seems to have a little bit more sweetness, and this one seems to be a little bit more greener. All right. But in terms of like the quality or complexity of the smells, they're on par, I would say. They're definitely on par with each other. So, I mean, for this one to only be $19 and this one is what, I don't know, $200-300 for like a 120 ml bottle. This one to me is definitely the better buy. Also, the simple fact that the Maison Alhambra in the dry down is noticeably stronger than the Oud Ispahan. So, you know, again, if you're somebody that likes this type of scent DNA and you really, really like it to project, you want a really long lasting fragrance that has this particular scent profile, then in my opinion, you can't go wrong with the Maison Alhambra. This definitely beats out the Dior Oud Ispahan in terms of that, you know, particular type of performance. And like I said, in terms of the quality and complexity of the smells between these, once they dry down, which at this point they've, you know, pretty much started to dry down now, the smells are identical now. They're pretty much identical. I would say like, you know, 98% pretty much. So this one, man, this is another winner. Definitely. I wish that Maison Alhambra had more Dior Privé collection clones within the line that they have for these. From what I've seen, they have this one, you know, obviously the Tabacular clone. They have the Gris Dior, Purple Oud Rosewood. And I believe that's all of the Maison Alhambra Dior Privé collection clones that they have. It would be nice if they, you know, had like a Ombre Nuide, Bois d'Argent, you know, Fève Délicieuse, Tea Cashmerean. Like, you know, I wish they had those other scents as well. And maybe that is something that they plan on doing down the line. But at least so far, you know, this one, the Oud, Purple Oud, Gris Dior, the Tabacular clone. All of these have really been top notch, you know, in terms of like the quality, the smell, the performance. They've really been top notch. And I would say if you've run across any of these Maison Alhambra Dior Privé, you know, collection clones, and you're thinking about, you know, either saving up for the original or maybe just pulling the trigger on one of these, definitely, I mean, for the price that you can find these at, which is typically between, you know, 19 on the low end all the way up to normally around about $40 or so, these are absolutely worth the price for sure. All right. So definitely let me know if you're familiar with Oud Ispahan. Let me know if you smelled that. Definitely let me know if you smelled this particular clone of it, and let me know how close you think it is. All right. Also, again, if you find this information in this video helpful, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and also please share the video. And again, that's Jamar from Vegas Sense. I'll see you on the next video.